What we're doing here is a self-soothe massage meditation to soothe the nervous system. So it's not a massage for the muscles per se, in that we're not kneading out knotty muscles. It is, though, affecting the muscles and impacting on the muscles, because it's so soothing that if your shoulders are up around your ears, it helps to soothe whatever that might have drawn them up there, but also soothe the muscles to just a gentle release. No knots, no digging required. So, we use 3 primal strokes, and they're strokes and techniques that we use on babies and children and pets, but we never think to use them on ourselves. So, and we add a meditation into it. So you've got the power of the meditation and the power of the strokes. So in effect, you've got a double power going on here. And if you take it into quantum healing and you connect with a group, you've got another power added on. So this makes it stronger and stronger and even more effective. It's this collectiveness of, doesn't matter what we're going through, we know we are not alone. There's somebody there connecting with us as we are connecting with them. So I will bring a little bit of that into the group as well, because to tell the nervous system that you're not alone and that there's somebody with you is to actually create soothe, is to create peace within the nervous system. And especially with the thought that you are not under threat, because actually you're focusing on your breathing, you're focusing on the stroking, you know there's somebody there with you. It's a safe place. So the three primal movements that we use, one of them is stroking. Quite simple stroking. And we can stroke, I'm going to adjust my screen a bit, down an arm. We can stroke one arm, the other arm. We can actually do both together. And what I'm going to invite you to do when we're doing the stroking is, how much of a firm touch do you need? How much of a firm touch suits you? A light touch where you're just trickling your fingers probably isn't enough, unless that's enough for you. Okay? Now then, the pace, 3 centimeters per second. That's quite slow. And the reason it's slow is because if it's fast, it can be startling to the nervous system. So remember, we're soothing. We don't want to create a startle and send the nervous system going into recoil. So it tends to be really quite slow. And when I go through the meditation, I'm going to drop my voice and I'm going to drop the speed that I'm talking. So I kind of induce a bit of slowness in there. So you can stroke one arm, both arms together, all the way to the ends of your hands. I like to come right off the ends of my hands. I like to feel, but maybe that's because I'm a therapist, a massage therapist. Okay, you can go over the top of your head and down the back of your neck. My body loves that. And we just come to here and come off. So we're keeping in a safe space when we're doing this, okay? So over the top of the head, down the back of your neck. And I'm going to take my glasses off for this. You can go up your face. You can actually, the guys might actually prefer to come down your face, because with the bristles, if you go up, it can be an irritant. So you might want to come down. Personally, I like to go up my face. I find that quite soothing, but for me, that would tell me that maybe I carry a lot of tension in my jaw. And I know I have a lot of issues in the back of my occiput here. You can also stroke down the front of your legs to your knees, and then come back up the outside of the legs. So, and this is a really good one if you're doing a Zoom, because who's going to know you're doing it? Nobody sees that, perhaps. So you can stroke down to your knees and just come back at the outside. And if you're doing a Zoom and you get stressed, then who's going to know if you're sitting there and just gently stroking your legs? So, and again, 3 centimeters per second is all that you need. But what kind of depth? And that is for you. Do you need something that's where you're putting a bit more pressure in? And it's not a push pressure. And I'll teach you that just now, actually. So that's the first stroke, is stroking. Okay. Second one is pressing. And the way that we do this is really quite sweet. So if you imagine you've got a sponge and you're going to squash a sponge very gently, but then you're going to release the sponge really gently back off the other way. So if you put a hand on an arm and you're just going to gently squash in and then gently squash, gently release back out again, like you're going to fluff up the sponge as you're coming out. So you can do it with both hands. So I've got my hand right around my arm and I'm just going to squeeze. But I'm going to squeeze like I'm squashing a sponge. And then I'm going to release it like I'm unsquashing a sponge. Okay? So you can do this around your head. I put my hands on my head and I'm just going to gently squash my head like I'm gently pressing a sponge. And then I'm just going to gently come back off again like I'm unsquashing a sponge. And you might actually feel your tissues go squash and then it fluffs up, like it's almost like a balloon as well. So you can do around the back of your head here, around the back of the occiput, underneath the skull bone here. It's quite a nice place. That's where your vagus nerve comes out of, around the back in here. The vagus nerve comes out of here. You can do your arms, upper arm, lower arm. I quite like to hold my face. And I quite like to gently press into my cheeks and lean my cheeks into my hands. And then I just come on out again. So you can find the place that feels right for you. So I kind of lean into my hands and lean my hands into my face. There's a film we have in the UK called Frozen. The big song in it is called Let It Go. And as part of the film, there's a snowman and his cheeks melt. And so this is like you're trying to stop your cheeks from melting in the film. Now, another good place to try this technique out is on your legs. So you put your hands on top of your thighs. Your hands on top of your thighs. And you want to rest your hand just gently. Just literally just rest it. And now relax your wrist and you'll feel your hand sink a little bit deeper into your leg. So relax your wrist and then relax your shoulders. And now ever so gently lean forward. And can you feel your hands going deeper into your legs? Now then, slowly bring your body back. And bring your hands off your legs. Can you feel this sort of squashing in and then the releasing? That's what you're after. That's what you're after. Shall we try that one again? So just rest your hands just on the surface of your clothing. And then just relax your wrists so your hand will rest. Relax your shoulders. And then lean forward. So you put in more weight. So it's not pressure, not pressing, it's more weight goes in it. So your hands sink into your legs. And then slowly come on back out. Shoulders relax, hands come off. And so what you're doing is you're squashing a sponge and you're releasing the sponge. And if you can get that technique in every squat, in every squeeze, wherever you do it, that is super relaxing to the nervous system. So when I do it on my legs, I do one on each leg. So I get both legs together. And it's just literally a slow squash in and a slow squash out. The third technique, rocking, is this is a natural reaction, especially for children. If they're in a state of high anxiety or trauma, they rock. And generally they rock backwards and forwards. So you can rock backwards and forwards. You can rock side to side. I quite like the tiny little ones that I'm just for me, I just like the tiny little ones. It's a gentle, what I call a shuggle. It's a good Scottish word, a shuggle. It's just a gentle shake. It's not a vigorous shake. It's really gentle. So it can be forwards and back. It can be a big rock from side to side. It could be this gentle rock. And you can do that at the same time as you're stroking. So you can stroke your arms. You can stroke one arm. You can stroke over your head. You can stroke your legs, and you can rock at the same time. And you can rock forwards and backwards. You can rock side to side. And the rocking can come in at any time. Whilst you're doing all of that, you can equally press and rock. Again, that's really soothing to the nervous system, because what we're telling ourselves is, if we can go slow, if we can stroke, if we can rock, if we can press, then we are okay, we are safe. And we're telling our inner self that I am with you, I'm here, feel me, feel this press, feel this stroke, feel this rocking. So that's feeding the nervous system the whole time. I'm with you, you are not alone, I'm safe. What I thought I'd do is take us through a meditation, and then I will guide you through we're going to start with this, we're going to start with some breathing, and I'm going to start with connecting with where you're sitting, then I'll go into some breathing, then I'm going to invite you to do some stroking, then I'll invite you to do some pressing, and then I'll invite you to do some rocking, and then I'm going to invite you to free flow it and do whichever feels right for you. So you stop where you want to stop, you whatever stroke you want to do, okay? And we're just going to explore a bit. And then at the end, what I normally do is I'll bring back together into yourself, and then I'm going to invite you to take a walk and invite you to notice what feels different for you. So I'm going to invite you to just connect where you're sitting. Let's bring ourselves gently into this self-soothe, quantum healing meditation, because we are here in a group. So connecting with your bottom and whatever it is that you might be sitting. Feeling into the connection. Perhaps if you're on a chair, feeling your feet on the floor. If you're sitting with your legs crossed, still maybe feeling your feet on the floor if you've got a connection maybe with the side of your foot. But feeling that connection both with your bottom and your feet. And of course the connection with the music, because that's part of this too. Connecting with the prosody in my voice. So if at any time you feel something coming up for you in this, so you don't feel comfortable doing the strokes, you can just sit with the music, with the voice. You are still here, as we are still here. We are all still connected. Now I'm going to invite you, if it feels right for you, just to connect with your breath. Connecting with your breath coming in and connecting with your breath going out. Can you take your breath to your belly so that it's like you're blowing up a paper balloon? Belly expands as you breathe in, belly sinks as you breathe out. And can you make your out breath slightly longer than your in breath? Because if you can make your out breath slightly longer than your in breath, you are telling your nervous system that you are not under threat. You are not running down the road being chased by a saber-toothed tiger. You are calm. You are in a safe space. You are okay. And you might notice that as you breathe in, there's a slight pause at the end of the in-breath before you begin to breathe out. With the chair that you're sitting on, your feet on the floor, your breath coming in and out, your out breath being longer than your in-breath. connecting with my voice, the music, connecting with the rest of the group, that even when we are not together, we are together in this self-soothe quantum healing meditation, wherever you might be in the world. Now I'm going to invite you, if this feels right for you, to take one hand and place it on the opposite shoulder, and perhaps slide your hand all the way down from your shoulder, all the way to your fingertips of that hand. And we're going nice and gently. Can this be soothe stroke for you? And maybe do another one, do a few. And what feels right for you? How much pressure do you need? Do you need something that's really firm for it to connect with you? Do you need something a little bit lighter? And maybe what does the other shoulder and arm need? As you're stroking each side, do they both need the same? Maybe one side needs something a bit lighter than the other one. You can also stroke both arms together. So just exploring for a minute or two what this stroking feels like for you. 3 centimeters per second, gentle stroking, gently soothing to the nervous system, switching off your AMPA neural stress receptors. You can also stroke over the top of your head, down the back of your neck. Nice and gently, so we're soothing, not startling. So over the top of your neck, over the top of your head and down your neck, up the sides of your face, maybe down your face. Exploring while you do this, what feels right for you? What's soothing to you? Whether you're stroking down or whether you're stroking up, whether you're stroking your arms or whether you're stroking your legs. Stroking, gently soothing, giving a message to our nervous system that we are safe. We are not alone. And as a group, we are most definitely not alone. We are all together. Even when we're not, we are still connected. And perhaps now thinking about the gentle pressing, whether you're pressing with one hand and you're just gently pressing various places. And you can just move down a bit and give another gentle squeeze. And that one just peeled my shoulders down a little bit more. You can squeeze the front of your, we're soothing the muscles, soothing the nervous system. We're not digging knots. We're just gently inviting the body to unravel, to discharge, to release. And whether you're squeezing your arms or you're gently squashing into your head and then releasing. And yes, if you start yawning, well done you. You're getting into something maybe on a deeper level. So when you're squashing your head, remember, we're not rubbing the head and massaging that way. We're gently squashing in and gently releasing out. It's like you're squashing a sponge. So gently sinking into your tissues and gently sinking out. And if I describe it as I did on the legs, if you rest your hands on your legs, relax your wrists, relax your shoulders, gently lean forward with your weight, with your back, allowing your hands to sink in a little bit more, and then slowly allowing your body to come upright. and your hands to slowly peel off. Now, you can do this at a pace that suits you. Can you keep it soft? Can you keep it gentle? Can you keep it a little bit lazy? 2 centimeters per second if you're stroking. If you're squashing, like you're gently squashing a sponge and gently releasing again. Keeping it slow, keeping it gentle, so it's soothing to the nervous system. Giving the message to the nervous system that you are safe. You are not alone. I am with you, just as I am with this group. I'm with each individual. Even though we are not together, we are connected together. And if you want to add in the third primal move, which is the rocking. So you can stroke when you rock. You can rock when you're pressing. You can rock forwards and backwards. You can rock side to side. It can be a lazy rock from side to side. It can be a very gentle little rock, whichever way works for you. Trying out different things. Maybe today you want something really small and gentle. Tomorrow, maybe it's something that, you want to put in something a little bit bigger. This is where we get our own way. What does your body really need? What does your mind need in this moment today? Where does your nervous system want you to stroke, want you to press? You might be stroking your arm and suddenly pause for no conscious reason, but you give a little squeeze in and a gentle release out. Maybe that part of you wanted to feel a hug. And if you rock at the same time, does that make it even more soothing, soft, and gentle? And I'm going to invite you to allow this to free flow. Where are you drawn to stroke? How are you drawn to rock? Where are you drawn to press? My thinking is I'm going straight to my head and down the back of my neck. That's where I want to be today. Gentle squeeze in around the back of my head. So what works for you, what feels right for you, works for you. And if we free flow with this, we might just take it to where the body helps you to let go just a little bit more, just a little bit deeper. And you can sit with your breath just the same. Connect with your breath now and again while you're doing this. My body wants to rock from side to side just now, so I'm just allowing that to happen. You might want to squeeze across both arms and squeeze your arms into your chest as a whole hug. What is it that feels right for you, but remembering all the time to keep it soft, to keep it gentle, so that you are giving the message to the nervous system that you are safe. It's safe to let go. It's safe to be present in this moment. It's safe to connect with other like-minded souls in this self-soothe, quantum healing massage meditation. As you're hearing my voice, as you know that we're here in this group, and this recording might be reminding you of this moment, knowing that you are not alone. You are doing a great job. Connecting with the breath, connecting with the strokes, connecting with my voice. And when you feel the time is right for you, just gently bringing the stroking, the pressing, the rocking to a pause. taking your time to do that, because the end point is right for you, whenever that might be. This is about finding your place with this. What works for you works. And as we come to a pause, connecting with your feet, however they might be on the floor, connecting with my voice, connecting with your breath, connecting back into the here and now space that you're in from wherever you might have gone in that self-soothe massaging meditation. Feeling the connection with your bottom on the seat, with your feet on the floor. Perhaps thinking about the people in the group. So you're now taking your awareness from yourself and your soothing actions back out into your room, into your space, into your connection within the group. With your breath, bringing yourself back to your breath, into this moment of the here and now. You might find my voice is changing a little bit to help you to come out of where you are, back into the here and now. When you feel ready, perhaps opening your eyes and reconnecting with what you're seeing, whether it's in your space, if you're listening to a recording, just connecting with something you might have on your wall. And when you're ready, I'm going to invite you to take a walk, just in the room where you are, just in your space. If you want to go out, it's not big, come back in, but just a minute. And what I'm going to invite you to do is connect with what feels different now for you. How are you? What do you notice about how you feel? Physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically? Now, how do you feel about yourself and where you are? So I'm going to invite you to take that walk now. And then I'm going to invite you to come back and share if you would like to share.